Hello Internet, welcome back to our ToME series. We're playing as Trilman, the Dwarf Berserker, and we left off in a position that I'm not super thrilled about, frankly, because I remember we're in the midst of a puzzle, and I'm quite bad at puzzles. If we look at our lore, show known lore, we have these we have these clues. Where's the clues? Darkness beyond twilight, crimson from the blood that flows, and unleash dark thoughts upon this blighted land. Now, only 2 of these are active at the moment, which makes me think we need to find more lore pieces. It's thick with blood. No. Oh, you can't press no, you have to click the button. Really dislike that. Used to playing Cataclysm where I can do everything with the keyboard. Seems to absorb all light. Do you touch it? No, I don't know what to do. So we're going to just continue exploring the ruined dungeon. Hello, blob. We'll just kill that. Oh, what is that? Spellblaze Scar, Spellblaze Aura, range 2, Insight. I assume this will hurt us. Did it pop up? What do we got? Spellblaze Scar. 25% spell critical, 10% fire and blight damage, but critical spells will drain arcane forces. Well, that means nothing to me. Spellblaze gone, and we'll go ahead and cleave. Man, that music is loud. You have a force field around you. Are you special? Lionel the Guardian. Large black ant with huge mandibles. Okay, well, I'm going to stunning blow you. And then, oh, shouldn't have said blow you. And then we'll just go ahead and bump attack, and we'll cleave as it retreats. Your magical trigger firing off. Oh, that's right. I think, weren't there guardians spawning, and then every time I killed one, we had the trigger go, and then I think it spawns another one. That may be what's unlocking these orbs, because I do think we only killed 2 guardians before. Let's go ahead and cleave. What do you have here? Oh, we auto pick things up. That's right. That's my mistake. Let's head back. Actually, we should wait. I didn't look. I'm going to look into key bindings. Sorry if this is boring. I want to look about rest for a while. R. Great. So it's a 1-click to restore all of our health and hit points. I've been using the auto explore function for that reason, because it auto rests before it continues exploring. But it is important to know that so that I can replace it later. Okay, here we go. Some ants, some ooze. More ooze, and a robe. Let's look at our transmog chest. Oh, it displays all of it? It does. It displays all of it in our inventory. Smolder Hunt is a weapon. Mace, no. Mage Staff, no. And we're going to ignore most of the blue stuff, just because I don't think that that's really very valuable. So we're looking mostly for yellow things. Why is this? Oh, we replaced that with an improved pickaxe that gives more passive bonuses. Basically, we want like these pink, orange, I don't know what color this is, things to go mostly on our person, and then we also would take golds if they're particularly good. But most of the blue stuff, I feel like we've gotten past most of that at this point. Kill the blob thing, that's horrifying, and we will continue. Oh, there's a door here. What is this? Oh, another clue. Buried in the flow of time, colder than the coldest ice. I mean, I don't know what order they go in. So is that really that helpful? Oh, Lord. Rage awakens, hits me for 18 fire damage. I am on fire. Oh, that seems bad. Burning. The target is on fire, taking 28.53 fire damage per turn. Physical fire. Can we cure this? Boop. We can. Great. Pain suppression. Ignores pain, reducing all damage. That's from this, right? Reduces all damage. Yeah. Okay. So let's murder this other named, I guess. Stunning blow. Why do you have like this glowing circle though? Beyond the flesh, kinetic shield is, I'm guessing, what that is. Don't we have an ability that breaks shields? Is it this? Shatters all incoming projectiles. No. Where's the other one? The attack we get from... Yeah. Damage is protected. 70% chance to shatter. Great. I mean, he's dead anyway, but you know. It's good to know. More minotaurs. and an angry plant. Okay. Oh, quite injured. Hello, electric thingy. Let's recover our health. Yep, so recording more ToME, of course, because I'm enjoying ToME very much. Are you a guardian as well? Man, there's so many named in this dungeon, and we're pretty injured. Hear the magical trigger firing off, so I'm guessing that spawned another one. I wish I knew what to do about these clues. We did get a named cloak. Tyster, I don't know. +7 armor seems really good. This is the cloak that allows us to teleport, but it only allowed us to teleport towards enemies, which... so I got a comment in... Well, today, literally right before I started recording, someone left me a comment saying that when it says puts charms on cooldown, it literally means charms. I was thinking it puts all of our abilities on cooldown, and that's apparently not the case. So, like, if we look here, I believe these are considered charms. The infusions, the teleports, all that stuff that we would get are charms. But these are kind of innate abilities, so they're not going to be affected by things like that. However, we really don't want a cloak that lets us teleport towards enemies. We have our charge ability, our cleave, to move in and out of combat like that. We don't really... I don't think that we need to be able to teleport towards our opponents. We have a fair bit of mobility. So what does this give us? 7 defense, +10 darkness, +12 temporal resistance, +6 physical save, and then all this stuff that is connected to the teleport. This gives 7 armor as opposed to 7 defense, which we want more armor than defense because we are a more armored character. We've talked about this already. If we go to our character screen and look at our defense, you'll see our armor is what we can kind of tank with a damage, whereas our defense is how good we are at avoiding attacks in the first place. So if we lose that 7 from the cloak, this is going to drop to 18. Obviously our armor is much better, and because we have such high armor hardiness, it just seems way more valuable to have armor. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but again, as a physical character, it seems like armor, specifically as a physical, heavily armored character, it seems like armor would be more valuable. It does give a little bit of defense. Wow, +4 magic is disappointing. 16 cold resistance. Telepathy for dragon, which I think means it will reveal all dragons in the area, even if we can't like line of sight them. I think telepathy lets you see everywhere on the map for that particular creature. And then see invis +18. Not sure how see invisible works. We're going to be wearing this. I'm just going to do it. I've decided to mostly just take the chance, just do it. Do what I think is right, and then if it turns out to be terrible, we'll figure it out later. See invis, ability to see invisible creatures. The higher it is, more likely you are to see them based on their own invisibility score. If you do not have any see invisible, you will never be able to see. So that seems pretty valuable. It basically more than doubled our see invis trait, which seems valuable. Family member just got home, so there's some noise in the house. I apologize for that. People talking, etc. Buried in the flow time. Man, I don't know what those mean. Have we... See, so we can see these dragons, whereas I don't think we could have before. There's no reason we would be able to see over there. The fact that it's illuminated is probably just a side effect of how they handle telepathy. I don't think it's actually illuminated. We just, you know, like in NetHack, when you have ESP, I think is what it's called in that game, lets you see enemies even if you can't see enemies. So I'm guessing that's what that is. Let's head this way. There's another door I didn't recognize either. Maybe the guardians are actually unlocking additional doors in the area. A lot of dragons, huh? I don't... Venom drakes. Okay. I'm gonna be careful, just because they are a big horde of enemies. Let's use our control 1. Is that what that hotkey means? Yep. Okay. Head down this way. Murder. Killer bees. Not a big deal. Let's rest. I woke up today and was like, you know, usually when I wake up, so I take medication that helps me sleep. I have a lot of sleeping problems. Insomnia and what my shrink calls trauma dreams. How are you going to spit? So he just spit at me. And he hit me. And it's absurd because this character should not be able to see me. How do you see me? I'm literally around a corner, 2 tiles around the corner. How do you see me to know to use that? Is that because we have telepathy and can see it so it can automatically see us? Because that sucks. I hate that. Because now we're going to get all these guys back here spitting at us even though they can't see us. I think we'll step around the corner and see if maybe that helps at all. They still seem to know I'm here. Stop! Please stop spitting in my face. That's extremely rude. So usually when I wake up, I need time to wake up because I'm pretty heavily medicated. Usually takes me like a half hour or so. It's nothing. Okay. To fully wake up. Oh, lagged out a little bit. And we'll use our stunning blow. Let's rest. Okay, or let's continue to be assaulted by giant worms. And I don't like to record early in the day because of that. I'm often out of it for a half hour to like... Honestly, on a bad day, it's like 2 hours sometimes it takes me to fully become coherent. Let's back. I don't know why I'm backing up. Let's just fight it. Stunning blow. Nice and easy. Magical trigger. Yes, yes, yes. Flash brand. You look one-handed to me. The flash brand is a war axe. Tier 2. I wish it would say somewhere if it's two-handed. One-handed war axes. Okay. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm glad you told me that it was one-handed. Oh, look, another door that we didn't previously discover with stuff in it. Let's... So what I'm realizing more and more is that it's not just enough to funnel them into a one-tile space. A lot of them have ranged abilities. So what I would like to do, like for here, for instance, I would like to back up into this area so that presumably they'd have to come all the way up here just to get off a magical attack to hit us. So that's what we're doing here, even though we're taking a few hits. See, he's hitting me, and I'm around the corner, and it's kind of irritating. So I didn't want to record right away. Oh, that was a guardian, apparently. I didn't even really take notice. Cleave them both. We picked up a thorny mind star. Well, that's not going to interest us. We're taking a lot of damage. Let's... Oh, is that a heal? No, that was definitely damage. Let's rest. Oh, explosions? Come on, man. I should have charged to get up on that enemy more quickly. Yeah, woke up, was out of it, you know, and tried to get online. Usually what I do is that first, like, half hour, I usually just shamble to my computer. Is it fully... So these are now fully unlocked because we've killed everything? I don't remember the order in which we got these. And I don't know what the consequences are for doing it wrong. Darkness beyond twilight. Crimson from the blood that flows. Thick with blood. Yes. Can't press yes. Yes. Oh, good. I'm so glad. We're going to charge to get into a more favorable position. Not great. And it spawned a named enemy? No, just a giant crystal rat. Instead of fur, this rat has crystals growing from its back to provide extra protection. Okay, well, let's control one him. Go ahead and bump attack the remainder. Okay, so not blood. Twilight beyond darkness. I don't... Absorbs all light. Time slows down. Strange thoughts as you approach the orb. Corrupts all it touches. Icy to the touch. Okay. Show known lore. Clue. Darkness beyond twilight. That makes me think it's the dark sphere beyond, another reference to maybe twilight. But it says crimson from the blood that flows. And there's clearly a blood orb buried in the flow of time, colder than the coldest ice. Buried in the flow of time. So it seems like there's 2 hints in each one. Unleash dark thoughts upon this blighted land. So this is clearly the first one. Darkness beyond twilight. Because if we look at the ellipsis, An ellipsis is 3 dots, which is usually used to symbolize a pause in dialogue, but in something like this, it implies that this is continued elsewhere. So if we look, darkness beyond twilight, period, there's no ellipsis at the start of this clue, which makes me think that it's the first clue. Then these two start with an ellipsis, implying that they are being continued from a previous... In fact, they are in order. If we look, there's no beginning ellipsis, but there is an end ellipsis. Here there's a beginning and an end, and then here there's only a beginning. So they go in this order. So, darkness beyond twilight. But there's another reference to darkness. Unleash dark thoughts. Darkness beyond twilight versus unleash dark thoughts. Corrupting everyone makes me think of dark thoughts. Strange thoughts. Okay. Slow down. Blood. This one. Absorb all light. Yes. Glows brightly. Then blood. Yes. Okay. Go back to our lore. Clue. Buried in the flow of time, colder than ice. So time. Yes. I hate that I can't do this. I have to click it. And then... No. Ice. No. Ice. Ice. And then finally, we have unleash dark thoughts upon this blighted land. Okay, dark thoughts versus blight. Corrupts all it touches. That sounds like blight. Dark thoughts is strange thoughts. Great. Really hate navigating with a mouse. Yes. We did it. The orb glows brightly. There is a loud crack coming from the northern central chamber. Hooray! I was gonna rest, and then I didn't, and now I'm engaged in combat. I thought this would just be free treasure, because, I solved your riddle and all, but I guess you gotta have, guardians on the inside, which is unfortunate. Critical multiplier. Okay. I don't know what to do. I'll just, let's just hang out, I guess. Once again, sorry for my family in the background. Having to take long pauses where I'll have to edit things out. Honestly, they're just going to be talking in the background, so I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can do. Unfortunately, taking a lot of hits. Go ahead and heal. Our flat heal is not as big a deal as it used to be because we now have 500 hit points, which, I think it heals like 130 points or something like that. I guess I could just mouse over the thing. 137. Great. And cleanse 1 wound and 1 poison. Okay. Cleave. Murder. 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 Go ahead and cleave. Great. Okay. And of course there's the fire siren. So I'll be back in a moment when that's over. Man, a lot of interruptions today. Okay. So I think these sirens are over. Let's loot. Let's check what we got out of this. We got an opal. We got... Spiked cured, no, just not interested. Great sword interests me, although we have a special two-handed weapon, so I don't know how much better something like that could be. And of course, I've already lost it in this big list. It was blue. That's a long sword. Great sword of projection. Let's, what do we do? Shift, right? Shift? No. Shift is World of Warcraft. Control. There we go. It is more flat damage. Some accuracy seems to be equal. Less armor piercing. It literally is just basic. Projects up to 2 attacks, dealing 30% weapon damage to random targets in range 7 on weapon hit. Interesting. So if we hit something with this, it will hit 2 other things. Up to. It does not say what the chance of proccing is, what the chance of that actually firing is, and I, in general, will avoid things. Man, these sirens. Every time I think it's over. I tend to avoid things that have a chance to fire, like on hit and things like that. I would much rather have flat stat boosts, just because we do not know how often that actually fires. I assume it's based on our stats, but I don't know what stat controls that. I don't know if maybe it has nothing to do with us. Maybe it's a flat percentage that is assigned to anything with the projection suffix. I don't know how that works. And so for that reason, and because we have a really good weapon that, gives us an extra talent and all that stuff, I think we're just going to stick with the big old tree for the moment. Again, might be a mistake, but I'm trying to just trust myself when I have those knee-jerk thought processes. Mind Star, no. Sling, no. Hat, no. How to be a necromancer, part 3. Did we see the first 2? Unwanted attention. Sadly, it is not only the peasantry and our virtuous archmage, quote-unquote virtuous, archmage cousins that disapprove of our work. Though not entirely understood, necromancy is known to create ripples. I thought that said nipples. Of a sort across the many dimensions, ripples that attract extraplanar attention. As a necromancer's power grows, so do said ripples, until eventually said necromancer finds all manner of demonic forces and entity beating down their door, both mentally and physically. I mean, I hate when horrible entities try to break down my door mentally. Once again, opinions differ on this demonic interference. Necromancy is such a beautiful divergent art, is it not? The Tren method, sees the necromancer's corruption by outside forces as a negative thing, and practitioners of said method often take measures to divert supernatural attention away from themselves, creating talismans to act as spiritual conductors, or living close to the communities that despise them, the life essences of the masses masking the necromancer's dark emanations. On the other hand, the Binagrind method welcomes the cursed whispers that come from the demonic realm, believing it to be the completion of their psyches. Only once their spirits have been corrupted, a term Binagrind practitioners scoff at, do people realize their true ambitions, they claim. Why these true ambitions always seem to be the utter and complete destruction of all life in this world and the summoning of unthinkable atrocities from the outer dimensions is unexplored. You may have noticed that no instruction has been given on how to deal with the attention of common folk. That is because a true necromancer requires none. They are vermin fit only to be crushed. It's a little uncool. Did we pick up 2 other necromancy things? I feel like I'd remember necromancy. No, it's just the 3rd one? Okay. Okay, that's fine. War Axe, no. Belt of Carrying would increase our encumbrance, but since we have the transmog chest, I don't know that we need that. I mean, I don't think we have a very good belt. We have a pretty... Well, it gives us a lot of... plus 10% healing. Plus 0.8 regen. Let's look at... Man, I wish I could sort these by slot. I would like to look at the belt. I'm looking at the icon. Oh, here's a category. Thank you for giving me exactly what I was just complaining about. Minus 5% fatigue, plus it's literally just that. That's not worth it. Is that the Hand of Vecna? I don't want to mess with that. Shield, no. Mana Surge Rune of the Sneak, no. Gemstone, Vile Staff, Dagger. Man, just nothing we want in here, huh? Movement Infusion, we've looked at that before. It's for 1 turn, which is what really gets me, 384% movement. Now again, this would likely give us the chance to, use 3 abilities that would in 1 turn that would normally take us 3 turns to use. But I don't know how interested I am. I think... Since I was looking at the categories last time that we leveled up, we haven't leveled up. So how do I look at my character? Oh, the button is there even though we can't see it. That's funny. Or do we just click anywhere? So why can't I see the button? Okay. So next time we get a category point, I think there's not really anything else we have at the moment that I would like to put points into. So next time we get a category point, I think I will unlock a new slot, so that we can have another ability, another infusion or charm or whatever. Because they do seem very, very powerful. And I think we want to stick to healing primarily and the things that remove effects on our person. But having one that we could pop to get in 3 good attacks in 1 turn, it has value. And if we can find one that scales with our strength, I think it would be very good. What does this one scale with? Or do they not scale because it's already pretty OP? Speed in these games tends to be very, very strong. Game turns will pass slowly. It does not say what it scales with, so it may very well not actually scale. Anyway, let's check this. Infinite Dungeon. Oh, I really do like Infinite Dungeons. It's one of the things, so I didn't mention this because I wanted to give ToME a chance without like shitting on it and everything. But when I play games, like I played Adam. Or is it Adam? Yeah, Ancient Domains of Mystery is another popular roguelike that's on Steam and free, but also not free for the nice version. Anyway, when I played that game, all the dungeons are randomly generated, which is great, but most of them have a finite end. Like, they don't go on forever. You know, in Angband, you can backtrack, and every time you go to a different level, it regenerates a new level. And I really, really like that in roguelikes. I hate the idea that I could clear everything on the planet and then have nothing to do. So, I'm guessing there's like one token infinite dungeon, which is what Adam has done as well, where it's just random all the time and has infinite levels. So I'm glad to see that because, you know, worst case scenario, oh, it looks like it's a different campaign. Hey, we should read it before I just complain like an idiot. Infinite Dungeon. Inscription here, the deceptive god Ralker. Okay. Fled before the wrath of the godslayer Branzir and his dark blade Madrith. But though he fled to the depths of the dungeon, he came to an end. Seeing himself cornered, he used his power to delve deeper into the ground, laying traps and summoning enemies to confound his enemy. Okay. But Branzir would not be lost. It sounds like it reminds me of the Manzir, which is a male brazier from Seinfeld, which maybe I'm just old and remember. Anyway, he pursued his prey ever on, hunting him even deeper, and Ralker fled further and faster, delving to fathoms beyond knowledge, with the Godslayer always behind him, hunting relentlessly. So the chase continues. Over centuries beyond count, Branzir has never stopped to rest or sleep, as he pursues his prey through the ravages of infinity. And though death would be a welcome reprieve, he thinks only of the hunt and of vanquishing the cowardly god. Ralker continues to run, and he does not take a breath that is not a gasp. Let's try that again. Ralker continues to run, and he does not take a breath that is not a gasp. I can't make that sound natural. And he does not take a step that is not in fight, and every beat of his traitorous heart is a pounding of terror as he flees deeper and deeper till the ends of time. Passage seems to point to the passage there. It seems to indicate there are no possible exits. You should not enter it. Well, you say that. We won't enter it on this playthrough, of course. We don't want to lose the quests and stuff. During the Age of Haze, the 9 Godslayers set out to destroy the gods. Ralker escaped. He's been fleeing. He's a coward who's running forever. Unlocked the secret of the Infinite Dungeon and can now create new characters and a new campaign in Infinite Dungeon. Infinite Dungeon is a set of ever-increasing levels filled with terrible foes. No quests, plots, friendly creatures, or ways out, only you against all odds. No win condition, you will die in the dungeon, but you can prove your worth by going as deep as possible. Pure hack and slash mayhem. Hooray! So go ahead and clear that. And I guess we'll pick up this hand. Cut Drem Arm. The arm appears desiccated, but you swear that you see something wriggling underneath its ashen skin. Well, maybe he has worms. Don't judge him. Let's look at that thing. Arm. Is there an arm category? I highly doubt it. I'm assuming it's like the trinket slot or tool slot or whatever. So let's go to tool. Tool? No. Digger? Orb? Cut Drem Arm. Gross. Its category is gross. Thank you. Thank you, ToME. I appreciate that. Damage when hit, 25 darkness. Plus 100% disarm immunity. So that's hilarious because it's been disarmed. It's an arm that's been removed. Anyway, I love this. 25 damage shield plus 100% disarm immunity. I think we've been disarmed at this point. Maybe I'm misremembering, but being disarmed as a melee user is god-awful, so we really would like that 100% immunity. sometimes can reach out to a foe in a 5 radius and grab it to you with a tentacle pull. This action is not your own choice. It has a mind of its own. Again, I'm not a big fan of items that just randomly do something. However, the passive benefits that this gives seems really good. It does not say what slot it occupies, because I don't know. Can we wear it around our neck? Wouldn't that be nice? We cannot. So it would replace our... Man, I've already lost it in this. When did we get a nice steel helm? Why didn't we wear this? Helm that allows you to breathe water. Well, that would let us go to those ruins out in the lake. So we should end the episode, but I'm hesitant to end the episode because I will forget some of this in between episodes. We just removed a nice pickaxe. So is 25 damage shield and 100% disarm immunity worth 6 armor, 6 defense, 6 range defense? Man, it's so good. I don't think it is. And then teleport stuff we don't care about. But blindness immunity, silence immunity, plus 6% nature damage, which, no, we don't have the weapon that deals nature damage anymore. Plus 1 dig as well. Sorry, my throat is really being an issue today. Plus 2 strength. I don't think it's worth it. I really, really would like to have such high... Because with this, we would be dealing 35 damage every time something hit us, which seems phenomenal. And again, being disarmed is horrible. But the other bonuses that we get from this, 6 armor, 6 to both defenses, plus some strength, plus resistances, it just seems so much more valuable. Blindness and silence immunity. Silence is not as big of a deal, although I do think silence prevents us from using some of our abilities that are non-physical, like the dwarf ability may be affected by silence. So I do think we're going to keep the pickaxe, which is a shame because I got really excited to walk around with an arm hanging at my side. So that's unfortunate. And let's look at this helm. I didn't notice when we picked it up. Where are you? Zoneg the Smolder Hunt. Well, you're pink, right? Dwarven Steel Helm. Armor training. So this gives 6 armor, 5 strength, 5 con, which was really good, and a flat 10% boost to our physical damage. Again, very good, and really good saves. Plus 10 armor, plus 9 defense, range defense. Allows us to breathe in water. Can we remove this? No, do not move to normal inventory. What we're going to do, we're going to take that with us. And then if we decide to go explore that lake, remember we found like a lake where they said like, oh, I'll need to come back when I have water breathing. Well, this has water breathing, so I think that this is something we want. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, sorry, this is going to be a long episode. We want to look through these and see if we have any of these special artifacts powered by arcane forces. We're going to move that to our normal inventory because we need, for one of our quests, from one of our... No. Journal? There we go. For the apprentice task, we need an artifact that is arcane powered. And I believe that this orange-pink text means it's an artifact. And if we look there, it says arcane forces. Is that arcane powered, though? Infused by nature. Arcane disrupting. That seems like the opposite of what we want. Powered by nature. We're just going to leave it. I need to end the episode. It's hard to tell with all the stuff I have to cut out where we are exactly on time, but I'm pretty sure we're over 30 minutes. So, for now, thanks for watching. Sorry I didn't even finish my story about waking up and struggling a bit today, but that's okay. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, maybe consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. Those things are great, and they make me very happy, and you want to make me happy, don't you, viewer? Now, of course, we'll be back with more ToME content in the near future, and I'll see you in the next episode.